it's day 18 of Veda and it's Friday, so that means it's drink something, do something. Today I will be doing the nerd tag, which many of you did, and I'm definitely late to this party, but that's okay, because I still want to do it. And I will be drinking Memory Heart's Star Trek Into Darkness. Is drink something, do something just an elaborate reason for me to drink Memory Heart drinks? Yes. This is, of course, a bastardized version of the drink because black vodka is a ridiculous thing to buy, and also because I couldn't find it. Kirk or Picard? I feel like I have to go with Picard, even though Chris Pine is such a dreamy Kirk. But I grew up on Picard. I grew up on Next Generation. Whenever an episode would come on, me and my sister would rush in with headbands over our eyes and say, "We are Var! Because of course we knew LeVar Burton from Reading Rainbow as well, and so we were big into that. So maybe I'm not a Kirk or a Picard. Maybe I'm a Geordie LaForge sort of girl. Is that a thing? Maybe. Sure. Warrior, thief, or wizard? I'm gonna say warrior. This is not like from any game perspective per se, because I don't play a lot of games that involve things. But I kind of, that appeals to me, being like fierce and mighty. What would your Patronus be? A hippo. They're the #1 killer on the Nile. Favorite superhero? If you'd asked me in high school, I would probably have said Spider-Man. I never really read comics, so those were the movies that were coming out at the time, and I was really into him. I liked that he was just a nerdy kid, and I liked that he made very human mistakes. However, that third movie was bad. Ugh. But now I think I would probably say Iron Man. I know that's kind of cliche. I'm really not like, I'm not that great of a nerd in this category, y'all. I love superhero movies, but I don't read comics. So, Star Trek or Star Wars? Ew, that's hard. Star Trek? Just because the reboot has been so good and I love it so much that I feel like it tipped it over the edge for me. Whereas the more recent Star Wars things in my lifetime have been very bad. Marvel or DC? I don't read comics, but Marvel. Marvel is what I'm gonna say. Okay. What is your dream career choice? Scenic design or production design for movies, TV, or theater. Originally, I was thinking theater, and I still really am thinking theater, but I don't know. Lately, I've been more drawn to the movies and TV sort of angle of that. I definitely need to go to grad school for these things because I do, but I am getting kind of good on the job training right now with visual merchandising, so that. And I love my job right now, so if I stayed in this for a long time, I would be cool with that too. So I'm a pretty happy person. Favorite video game? Ugh. Okay, I didn't really grow up playing video games. I had a Game Boy Color, 3 games, Super Mario Brothers, Tetris, and Pac-Man, and I played them all really regularly, loved them all. So I would say those. Those aren't real video games really, but it's cool. I also really love Mario Party because I like a party. I don't like anything that's overwhelming or stressful, so I can't play anything where things are shooting at you because I get scared and I shut down, and since I'm not very good with a controller, I just kind of freak out and just start hitting buttons. So Tetris is my favorite video game. Favorite author? I really love reading. I probably don't read as much now as I did when I was a child and a teenager, but I kind of wanted to take you on a trip down my memory lane and tell you about authors that I loved growing up. Noel Streatfeild, who wrote Dancing Shoes and Ballet Shoes, and Ballet Shoes is actually made into a mini-series with Emma Watson a couple years ago, and I died because it was really good. And they're all about dancing. Little girls dancing and doing theater. Going into middle school, retellings of fairy tales were my jam, and I was really into Robin McKinley. I read these many times, as you can see. This was definitely my favorite book in high school. Everything is Illuminated by Jonathan Safran Foer. He also wrote Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, which was very recently a quite large, very good movie. But this one I love more. I love both of them, but I love this one more. And he just puts very beautiful, very vivid images in my mind, and which is really hard because both this and Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close became movies, and neither of them lived up to the pictures in my head, though both were very interesting. They were good. But yes, Jonathan Safran Foer, read him, he's great. Favorite indie band? That's also hard. I would say Tegan and Sarah has been enduring for me in the last like 6 years or so. Also, Architecture in Helsinki, I use their music in a lot of my videos. Something Corporate, my forever love since middle school. So 3. I don't give you 1, I give you 3. It's like a bonus, or it's a cop-out. I don't know. What is the nerdiest thing about yourself? Intense remembering of the lyrics to musical theater songs and Harry and the Potter songs, and propensity to sing these nerdy sorts of weird things in public is probably the nerdiest thing about me. And also the most annoying thing about me. Nerdiest movie in your collection? Hamlet 2. I've been raped to the face. PlayStation, Xbox, or Wii? Wii? I know that's the wrong answer, but I like it. So, Wii. Wii. Greatest nerd accomplishment. I used to throw really elaborate parties for Harry Potter movie releases. For the 4th one, we had a Triwizard tournament that included me and my 3 friends jumping into my cold pool that had a lot of mold and stuff in it because it was November, to rescue small toys representative of the various people that we were saving, while my other friend tried to pull us under because she was a Grindelwald. And for the 5th one, which I think was really probably the most successful, we blew up a bunch of blue balloons and then we would pop them so they would have different activities in them. I have out in the living room of my adult apartment a framed photo from that night. That's me. I look awful. Solid time. Biggest nerd role model. I thought about this for a while and I think it would be Captain Catherine Janeway from Star Trek Voyager. I looked up to her so hard. Like, admittedly, Voyager is not a great Star Trek, but I loved Catherine Janeway. I thought she was the shit. So really maybe the Kirk Picard question, the answer should be Janeway. What fictional character did you fantasize about as a kid? I'd be sleazy for Ron Weasley, like, in a second, still, right now. Nerdiest pickup line. I'll let you slither into my chamber of secrets. Nerdiest article of clothing. I'm gonna interpret this as nerdiest article of clothing that I wear on a regular basis, and I picked this out of my washing machine because I was gonna do laundry soon. I made this with a friend of mine. It says Accio Brain. It has a little brain flying over here. It's an obscure Harry Potter reference. So I think that counts. Obscure Harry Potter reference that I made myself. Nerdiest article of clothing. I wear this all the dang time. Do you read the book before seeing the movie? It definitely depends. If it's easy and a fast read, for sure. If it's bigger and harder, it depends on how much I care. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Teleportation? Yeah. So I can be anywhere I want to be and get there quickly. I feel like I didn't really drink enough, but this is good. I just was talking.